Okay guys, it is time for a new update on the Bitcoin price because we just broke out of our falling wedge. Yes guys, I already told you in yesterday's video that it would be extremely important for the future price of Bitcoin in the immediate short term that we are actually closing this daily candle of the yesterday's day above the important $55,500 level. Now I already told you guys in yesterday's video, because during the video we were already far below that support, that in my opinion it's more unlikely that we are actually going to achieve this close above this support line, and now we actually closed below. We actually even, because a couple of hours before this daily candle close, everybody was very sure, okay, no buy volume is coming in, we are going to close below it, and we saw an immediate further sell-off all the way down to our original price target, guys, that I'm predicting since 2 weeks now, of $53,500. I'm mentioning it in every single video. I'm saying every time, no matter if I open new long positions, no matter if I'm slightly turning bullish or giving the bulls actually a chance of reversing the price, I'm always saying, guys, but if we are not breaking these important resistance levels to the upside, we will go further down, all the way down to the $53,500 level. And since Bitcoin never actually achieved to break above a very important resistance line that I mentioned to reverse the price for the long term, we actually now managed to reach this price target perfectly. And this is why I also told you all the time with, for example, my multi-million-dollar long positions, keep your liquidation price below the $53,000 level. Otherwise, there's a high chance of you getting liquidated or stopped out. So congratulations to everyone that is actually following my channel actively and now didn't get wrecked by this correction, because in the time between, a lot of people were extremely bullish. And this is what a lot of people actually not expected, that we are actually correcting so far down. But now guys, you are interested in knowing what is going to happen next, because now today we actually bounced off the 8-year support and resistance channel here on the weekly time frame. As you guys can see, I already told you again at $59,000 at the 15th, over a week ago. I told you, hey guys, we closed this weekly candle inside of our 8-year support and resistance channel. In the past, every time we have seen this, at least the Bitcoin price dumped to the lower area of the 8-year support and resistance channel. Exactly this happened. We retested this area perfectly and are right now bouncing off it. But not hard enough, because as we can see here with the daily candle, we bounced but got rejected off our falling wedge once again. So right now the question is, are we going to fall lower? And especially, what am I going to do with my trades? I can already give you a small hint. I actually just opened today a new long position on the Bitcoin price. By the way guys, if you are not doing that already, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. Activate the bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Smash up a like on this video. My videos every single time reach 2,000 likes, so let's do that right now again. And also leave a comment down below with your opinion about the video. This also supports me a lot. Now let's jump right back into the charts. Yes, you heard me correctly. I just opened a new long trade, but again, this long trade as well, I'm actually now keeping my liquidation prices below even the $49,000 level, and I want to show you now exactly why. First of all, we had this bearish breakout, right? And it's not really unlikely that we are maybe seeing a small wick here on the daily candles, or a few daily candles that will even turn a little bit more bearish before we are reversing here to the upside. We have seen this a lot of times, that we are actually breaking out of a bullish chart pattern bearish in a bull run, but then reversing slightly after, just to wash out all the people that actually entered over leveraged long positions while being in this pattern, which normally would be a bullish continuation pattern, as we can see here with this pattern playing out in the past several times as well actually. But as I already mentioned to you guys, I mentioned it here actually, I already told you guys that as soon as we break out of this rising wedge here, it was exactly the same. At the 11-year weekly resistance, guys, the 11-year weekly resistance, it's the exact same playing out again, right? We are retesting the 11-year resistance, we are seeing a falling and rising wedge, again here, exact same scenario, and then we are seeing a bigger correction. Actually, since that day that we broke out of this rising wedge, I already been calling for this correction. But I always also said that I'm not expecting the Bitcoin price to reverse exactly at 53,500. No, I was saying that even a correction down to the $50,000 level is possible. Why did I open a long position then if I'm thinking that this is a possibility? Because for this, I'm actually not 100% sure. I'm my opinion is like split in half. We're reversing now, or we're going a little bit lower. But either way, I want to be exposed to the next big run-up that is going to happen for Bitcoin at some point in time, right? And this is why I now started opening long positions, because the worst case I am actually imagining is that if we're closing this weekly candle bearish like it is right now, I mean, there's only 1 day and 3 hours left. It's highly likely that tomorrow we won't reverse the price massively, because we're also still stuck below this falling wedge. So I have to say, when we're closing this weekly candle rather bearish, I think there's a high possibility that in the next week the price will still be slightly boring, and we actually see a further wick to the downside here, all the way down to the $51,000 level, because this is also the area where our weekly EMA ribbons are coming in right now. And if we're looking at the past of Bitcoin, we can already see that in bull runs, it's highly likely that actually Bitcoin bounces with the weekly candles, at least in between the upper lines of the weekly EMA ribbons. And this is the reason why I think a correction down to the $51,000 level is still possible with a quick wick to the downside. And that's why I actually moved my liquidation prices for my trades even a little bit lower, but actually also started entering new long positions right now, because the chances of us reversing here are already slightly higher than before. And also, even if we see the wick, it will be only a very short-term wick. I could use this wick to actually scale up my positions a little bit to even have a lower entry price. And if we're not wicking to the downside, I'm already long. So either way, I'm actually not having a bad trade in place. Because me personally, no financial advice, I'm not expecting Bitcoin to break below its weekly EMA ribbons and to break below here the 8-year support and resistance channel, to break below here this upward sloping support. Because if this happens, guys, yeah, I will actually lose my trades. But we had, since $30,000, we are going long. We had so many successful trades that in the worst case, I would lose now one trade. And I mean, if all of this support here breaks, I mean, I don't want to know what will happen for Bitcoin. We actually need to expect like a massive correction then. So one losing trade right before we may then see a huge dump, a huge correction to the downside, isn't the worst now that we made so many profits with the run up. And that's why I can actually say I'm more confident in Bitcoin reversing here. And that's why I am actually putting my liquidation prices just below the very important support area. If you enjoyed the content, guys, make sure to smash up a like. Let's reach 2,000 likes like on every single video, guys. Keep in mind, just watch the price within the tomorrow's day. If we are seeing here furthermore downside with the daily candles, we will for sure see a bearish weekly close, and the chances increase dramatically of us actually falling at least maybe to the $51,000 level within the next week, before then correcting to the upside and breaking here this falling wedge again to the upside and continuing bullish just as a small fake out to the downside, or with a small fake out to the downside to eliminate over leveraged longs. But guys, we will see us in the next one. Till then, bye.